well, we can never stay away for too long. We are back here on New England Mountains multiplayer, still looking for a diamond bobcat, and at least today, we can look good while doing it. I finally went ahead and bought the new cosmetics packs from Parque Fernando, Verhunga, and Medved, so got some newly customized weapons, really like what we have going on for the 44 lever action, and then we have the 22-250 and the 22 AR, so looking forward to getting to use those and kind of getting to see what other options we can come up with in the future. And hopefully, change it up a little bit, have some fancy looking guns. Maybe that helps in our quest to get a fancy looking bobcat. And maybe for once, the hunt's starting off a little bit different. We have a max weight track, but it's a red fox. And I mean, what the heck? We have the 22-250, a little bit of Medved camo wrap, but I like the look of it and I feel like it kind of fits a small game rifle. Let's go see if we can figure out what this guy is. Pretty sure that's our fox. It is a mythical as he's doing the speed walk dance along the side of the hill. So, kind of the same result as we typically get when tracking bobcats on this map, but maybe a good thing that we have a fox doing it instead. The only negative is we can't quite get the crazy punch through with the 22-250 that we can with the 44. So, I'm gonna try. Basically, there were a couple of things that shot could have hit. Could have been back of the neck, could have been a little bit far back and just penetrated down through the spine into the lungs, or it could have ended up kind of stuck in the spinal cord and not gotten vital. There is vital blood, so unless we clipped the back of the skull, which I don't feel like we did, we should at the very least have a decent gold to get us started. 12.97, you guys know what happens when we find 12 scoring red fox. I like that. Lower neck and vertebrae. Hopefully he leads us right to a diamond bobcat, as 12 scoring red fox have done many times over on the Emerald Coast. Well, you may be able to tell, if you're fairly observant, something has changed here. The diamond challenge in the top left is gone, and the reason is we have already failed to synchronize on one server and are into another one. But our first bobcat of the hunt comes on our second server. I don't know if that disqualifies our 12 scoring red fox from being able to lead us to the promised land of diamond bobcats. But the one problem in this server, and it was the one with like the highest ping, the highest up the server list, it's getting pretty close to dark, and I don't know how I want to treat that. From experience, and we certainly have plenty here on New England, we do tend to have better bobcat movement towards evening. I think they're just kind of like maybe transitioning from zone to zone, or I'm really not sure why it is that we encounter more of them, but I think this period should be pretty good till about dark. Then I'm not sure how we want to approach it, but had another warning call over somewhere in this direction here. Finally, we have a mythical bobcat. As you can see, we are actually in bobcat drink time. At some point, the host of this server left, we got host, and we're able to change the time to their drink time. And naturally, this guy's using a rock as a shield. Is he actually going to start moving? Right when we finally get a shot at him, and I think we must have shot too far forward. I really don't want to go track him through the woods. I guess we'll try to get up here and get a second shot. Hopefully this time at this range we don't completely whiff. That looks a little more like it. And yeah, why not take advantage of the best time to encounter a bunch of bobcats? What has been interesting on this server is I feel like I'm seeing more 5s and 6s than we typically do, and hopefully that's a good thing. We've seen it so many times in these videos, and I don't even know how long we've been doing this. First gold is 26.48, by the way, but going back months, hunting New England, tracking bobcats, max weight track after max weight track. Usually it's 2, 3, 4 mythicals per video. That's not quite been the case so far, at least in this server. Hopefully there's a big one somewhere at the end of the trail for our efforts. You know, it may have just been kind of wrong place, wrong time type of thing. Now we have another mythical, up to 28, and yet again about a 100-meter shot. This time, dropping it in there a little bit better with the 44. So, getting light out. We're kind of right on the fringe of being able to run this entire river in time. That was definitely a warning call way up in the mountains. I don't know what that one would be doing there. So the early drink zones end in 30 minutes in game. We still have right about 3 kilometers to get all the way to the end. The late zones we have an hour in game, and that's about when we should be able to get over there. The tracks will be there though, and I try to check kind of both sides of the river as I run along, pick up every track we can get. 26.44 for that one. I think it's almost exactly the same size as the last. And I guess a little more encouraging, we've now seen a couple and now blind ourselves a little bit. You know, this is a perfect representation of this hunt thus far. You see 3 level 5s, and then we have a max estimate 7 somewhere. Was that the one that ran out of there? We'll go figure. We're gonna have to... Wait a minute. No, it's there. I thought I saw one run by as well. That's it right there. A whole ton of bobcats all the way, like, kind of at the end of this river. But none, unfortunately, the size that we're after. Speaking of unfortunate, for that bobcat, getting stuck in the water after the first shot probably kept him from ending up taking away our gold medal. But it's kind of all averaged back out. I still feel like we're seeing more small bobcats than normal, but now 3 max estimate cats, 2 8s and a 7, right about what we typically find. 6:05 a.m. still got some time. 25.61 for that, little low on the initial shot. Let's see, we have, yeah, right about 1.5 kilometers. We've made it halfway through the time remaining. We should get pretty much right to the end. Well, I guess this could be called an improvement. The last couple of times that we've come out here to New England chasing bobcats, we've killed albino cow moose. It's barely a bull, it's a level 2, but we do have a piebald, and something to maybe try to take with the 44 lever action. If we can get a heart shot, of course he just laid down, that'll make it a little bit tougher. That would be ideal. So, we're not at the river, ran that whole thing, nothing at the end. There's a lake in the very northeast corner of the map. I figured we just kind of cut off from the river and go check this spot. And go figure, our first kind of trophy of the hunt sitting right up here at it. So we've got him attentive and up to alert. Right around 140, so I think zeroing for 150 can work. I'm not sure if we're trapped like in an animation here, or why he's not standing up. We're just gonna keep on scooting forward. There we go. Just want him to stand still for a second, and I don't even know what he's actually doing. We're a little closer than 150 now, which is probably good. What an odd... We're gonna end up at 100. Until he actually goes back alert. We're right in that area. And we had this before too, I think with one of the albino cows. We just couldn't get a shot. That's gonna do it. I really wish he was gonna stay like that. That would have made for one heck of a screenshot. But the other, I guess, improvement, both albino cow moose, I think we used the M1 for one of them, and I want to say 12 gauge slugs for the other. It took 2 shots. We whiffed on the heart shot both times. So I don't know if in any way, shape, or form that helps us in kind of, you know, improving our luck towards getting a diamond bobcat, but kind of a better result here. Not a bad looking little piebald. 125 score. I think he was at the top end of his estimate. Maybe it was the bottom. I know 125 was in there. Straight through the heart. And perhaps having to switch servers due to disconnecting did not disqualify our 12 scoring Red Fox from leading us to something good. It seems like it's literally every single time. Well, that's a thing. And of course we have the AR-22 today. A level 3 green wing teal. I am almost tempted to not even shoot at it, but we're gonna try. Okay, if it's gonna fly back this way, we have the 12 gauge. We're gonna swap super quick. Can we get a shot out of the air? I feel like we should be able to. Got it on like the, I don't know, 8th shot, counting the 22. That was kind of dumb. It was up to 525, I think. I don't even remember what dime it is for them. It's 480, somewhere in that area. I don't even see him. Oh, laying right in there. 497 diamond. I think 500 is max. Diamond is 480. Kind of proud of myself for remembering that. That is our 2nd diamond green wing teal ever. 60 meters, 1 pellet in the wing. Sometimes spamming shots at them is as good a method as anything else, but piebald moose, diamond green wing teal, we don't typically kill diamonds rather on New England on these bobcat hunts. I think we had a diamond raccoon one time, but for the most part, we'll get some rares here and there, and that's it. Got the wrong diamond today. Well, unfortunately, it looks like an upside down 9 is going to be as close as we get today. A level 6 bobcat out there. We've been all over the server, and it's just not happening. But he's right around 300. I want to see if we can get this. Probably a touch over, if anything. I can't tell if that hit a little bit right. It's bringing them down. I'm curious where that actually impacted. But either way, one final bonus bobcat, and you know, generally speaking, like I said, maybe we get like a rare cow moose or something like that. Typically, we don't get a whole lot on these hunts, and it's largely because we're running through the mountains picking up tracks 85% of the time. But a diamond teal, only our second one ever, and I think our biggest one ever. I want to say we had a 495 before. On top of that little piebald moose, this was a heck of a hunt here on New England. And as for our bonus bobcat, the weirdest thing is, I don't see any tracks. We actually hit it in the vertebrae, so we didn't need to aim high. It was 302 meters. Probably should have actually ranged it. I just went off that estimate and the fact that it was like 295 minimum. But would have been a 24.24 gold. Instead, just a silver. But let's jump back to the main lodge and throw our teal in there. I swear these moose were not here a minute ago. Nothing real special, so I think we'll continue with that plan. Now, location-wise in the lodge, I think we're going to go with this room. We've got two different European rabbits in here. Both are 2.4 scoring diamonds. Trying to decide, I think I like the light brown variant better. So we'll probably take this one down. Throw our new diamond green wing teal right here. 497.40, almost max. I wonder if that's a different variant too. I didn't even pay any attention. There's like a dark green and a light green, at least with the Eurasian teal, and I'm guessing these are the same. That's light green. The other one's out front. But they are a really nice bird, and quite frankly, we've now killed 2 diamonds without really trying to. The first one flew by. We did have to go and set up a duck blind and stuff, and if I'm not mistaken, we had buckshot in our 16 gauge or whatever we were carrying from hunting something else, almost killed it with that, but used the 22H. They're both light green. Oh, this was 499. I did remember it being max weight. I thought it was a little bit lower scoring, but either way, 2 really big ones. And you know, New England continues to produce. Rarely do we have a hunt where we don't kill anything. Just hopefully one of these times we kill the specific thing that we're actually going there for in a diamond bobcat. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.